Okay. So the formula is by Motley. It's the sum to infinity, which means I add all the numbers until infinity for this. And now you might wonder, how is that even possible? Well, I will show you how. Maar kom ons begin net eers by die formule. It says the sum to infinity of a geometric sequence, it has to be geometric is given by that. Okay. And I'm going to go off script now and show you why this works. So let's look at the sequence. That. A half plus a quarter plus a eighth, blah, 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 blah. Until infinity. So tot by oneinde. Gaan ek hulle nou by mekaar tel. So let's quickly use our formula and say, this means that A is a half and R is what? What's R? Also half. And if you type that into your calculator, you'll see that if I add all of these terms until infinity, I will get to a sum total of 1. Let's visualize that, but I'll do that in a second. Okay, where did I get this? I just said a quarter divided by half. Term 2 divided by term 1. Okay, so let's quickly visualize this by drawing a square Okay, now this square represents 1 whole square. Okay, and I'm going to use this sequence and we're going to use this square to visualize it. So let's start with the first term. I'm going to color in 1/2 of this square. So I don't know how long this ruler is going to stay in play. I might just get very bored of it and then just chuck it. One half. Okay. Now I'm going to add a quarter. Why? Because the next term, do you see there? I've colored in a half. Now I'm going to color in a quarter. Do you agree that that's a quarter? Soort van. Don't look at it. Don't look at it too long. Stem jy saam? Dis 'n kwart van die 3, af van die vierkant. Okay, so how much of this have I colored in so far? 3/4, right? So now I'm going to add an 8. And while I have my ruler, okay, so here I color in the 8. And there I add 1/16. Okay, now when this continues, the next one will be 1/32. And we're done with the ruler. 1/32. Then 1/64. Then 1 over and now we can zoom in. And I can continue doing this until infinity. divide it in half, color it in. Divide it in half. Ooh, let's try. Color it in. Divide it in half. Color it in. Divide it in half. Color it in. They say madness is doing the same thing over and over again. Okay, but you get the idea. I will continue doing this until this is already zoomed in 500% to a microscopic level. But do you agree by now the thing has been colored in? When I added all of them together, what did I do? I colored in the whole square. And that is why sum to infinity works. Because at some point, the area that I have not colored in yet is so small, it is neglectable. And you're not at the end of the row yet. So there is still more coloring to do. So at that point, if you've colored in 0,99999 repetitive, then how much have you colored in? 1. Do you understand where sum to infinity comes from? So that is why we can do it, because even though you are not at 1 yet, you are also not at the end of the number line. You still have more to add. But we can't continue doing this forever and ever and ever. So at one point you just say, well, if I continue on this road forever, I would have colored in 1 whole square. But we don't, because it takes too much time. So then we got the formula. Okay, you don't need to know this all. Oh my word. Unlucky for me, I'm recording.